Welcome to the 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐽𝐻 Rebounding channel. Today's video is a review and comparison of the 40-inch foldable BCAN rebounder, which currently retails for around $100, and the new BCAN Softland rebounder, which currently retails for around $230. We're going to start off by just going over the visual differences. The new BCAN Softland has a thicker frame, arched legs, and it has 36 versus 32 bungees. You'll also notice that the mat doesn't go quite as far to the edge of the frame as it does on the original BCAN, so more of the bungees are exposed over here. Now there's one thing that's really important to note on the 36 versus 32 bungees. Having 36 bungees allows there to be an even number of bungees between each leg. 32 bungees doesn't have the same setup, so some of the bungees end up falling on the folding mechanism or right on the legs, and it's just not as an intuitive design as this. One of the main complaints I've heard regarding the 40-inch foldable is that when the bungees rub against these mechanisms, they end up fraying and breaking. You can tell that BCAN has made adjustments to their design so that that doesn't happen over here. The foldable version has screw-on legs where the legs over here are welded onto the frame. They are not removable. So you don't have the option over here of taking the legs off for storage. Many people buy this because it folds and they think that will make storage easier, but you'll find out quickly that folding and unfolding is a pain and not something you'd want to do every day. Okay, let's test these out and see how different the tension feels. One of the advantages to the Softland is it comes with two different sets of bungees. The green bungees are supposed to be softer and the black ones are firmer. So you could potentially mix and match to get your perfect tension. And I think that's probably part of why this one costs a little more. Now, when we talk about going from $100 up to $230, if you're willing to spend $230, that opens the door to some other brands as well. Now, this is not the first time I have reviewed the folding BCAN. You can go back to my channel and find the playlist Rebounder Reviews and see people of all body shapes and sizes jumping on this one. Your body weight is certainly going to play a factor in your experience on this rebounder. I find it for me to be a little too firm. There is not as much responsiveness in the bounce as other models I've jumped on. Now, BCAN does recommend removing a few bungees in order to make it softer, but I've not tried that. If you do remove bungees, I would recommend doing it near the folding mechanisms and make sure that you're doing it an equal distance apart. You know, you could remove maybe 4, 1 from each side. So when I jump on this, I just find I have to really double down on the core engagement because of the impact I feel when I come down on the surface. I think this is a rebounder that people often buy to make sure they're going to like rebounding, knowing that it's probably not going to last forever and down the road they're going to upgrade. All right, let's step over to the BCAN Softland. Now you'll notice I have all green bungees on this. This is to make it as soft as I possibly can for my height and weight. I definitely notice there's more softness to it than this one. I wouldn't say it's a super significant amount, but it does have a little bit more of that rebound effect where it's kind of lifting you back up a little bit. I definitely like the arched leg design and the thicker frame. This one feels very sturdy. It is a little bit taller than the folding 40-inch, and this is quite a big step for getting on and off. So just make sure you're stepping down carefully, you're not jarring your knee or anything like that. My personal feeling, jumping on both of these, I would definitely go with this one. It's sturdier, it has a softer feel, a little more give, a little more spring back. I think it's worth the extra money over this one. Keeping in mind though, that if you're going to spend $230, there are some other brands you might want to take a look at. You can check out that Rebounder review playlist on my channel for more ideas. The last thing I want to add regarding both of these rebounders is the difficulty in assembly. Of all the rebounders I've assembled, these are the hardest. It's going to take you a solid 30 minutes or more, and be really careful with the folding mechanism on this one. This one was a little different than any other rebounder I've put together because the legs are already welded on. If you're someone who has arthritis in their hands, you're probably going to need someone to help you. I hope this review has been helpful. If you'd like to see full workouts performed on each of these rebounders, head back to my channel and go to the Brands series. The Brands series is a collection of videos where I perform 10-minute workouts on all different brands. That might help you make your final selection. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button or consider joining my channel for tons of ad-free, members-only content. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.